Pepsiman is a strange game to say the least. I've already made a full review of the game on the channel before, but to give a recap, Pepsiman is a mascot for the Japanese branch of Pepsi that had a video game tie-in released in 1998. The game is notorious for its insane difficulty despite its simple gameplay, and my original video only scratches the surface of what this game is capable of, as I never bothered to 100% the game. So thankfully, there's a website out there that rewards players for 100% progression with its own set of achievements, called RetroAchievements, which funny enough, Pepsiman is one of the games that's fully supported on there, and with 40 achievements total, I decided to make it my mission to get every single achievement in the game, because I thought it'd be really funny. Or I just really hate myself, I don't know. I streamed all of this live on Twitch, so follow me there if you want. Also note that I'm doing this on hardcore mode, which prevents me from doing any save stating or cheating, so I'm basically doing this a legit way. Anyways, let's start the game! I didn't really have a plan going into this, so with my first playthrough, I tried getting as many achievements as I can. The first one I got in Scene 1 was how do I play this game for completing the scene without sliding, dashing, or stopping. It was a really funny achievement given how the game itself never explains the advanced moves. Also, another thing to know, Pepsiman has 4 stages, each of them being split into 3 acts called scenes, so that's what I'll refer to each act as for the remainder of this video. Though at some point you'll hear them as like Mario levels with 1-1 or 4-2 for the sake of simplicity. Anyways, I almost got the achievement for collecting 100 cans in Scene 1, but I missed it by just 1 can. Are you serious right now? Okay, at least I got that achievement, but still. So we're gonna have to revisit that later. Then in Scene 2, I got the achievement Show Me Your Moves for doing every Pepsiman move other than the normal jump and slide. Breaking, jumping, sliding. There we go, show me your moves. Easy. And just like with the last scene, I missed the 100 cans achievement by 1 singular can. Also, less Sonic Adventure 2 joke. Rolling around at the... I missed the can! Why? But at the very least, I did get the achievement Live and Learn for being the record time. Then, like a total idiot, I tried doing the achievement Pepsiana Jones for being Scene 3 without jumping or taking damage. Which, naively, I originally thought you just had to do it without taking damage. So obviously, I can't do one on my first go. Shit. Oh, hold on, let me... God damn it. Ooh! Yeah, fuck, I'm just gonna beat it normally. And with that, stage 1 is completed, and you get the achievement City Escape for being that stage. Now we enter stage 2, and honestly, I did do too great here. On the first scene, I made one too many silly mistakes, especially on the ending section where one silly mistake led me to my death, so that's cool. I also said this on stream. I guess Pepsiman is PSP gaming. It's cool for what it is, but it's also like pretty unforgiving at times, especially when you get to like the last 2 stages. Yeah, I think pretty unforgiving is putting that a little too lightly. Speaking of which, I died in the first 6 seconds of Scene 2. I died instantly. I also died near the end of the scene because some dumbass lady wouldn't get in my way, which made me lose all of my speed, meaning I couldn't make the next jump. And then I died the exact same way again on my next attempt. I did it again. I did the same mistake again. Though luckily, I was able to finish the scene and move on to the next chase level, where I died just near the end. But luckily, I beat it on my second try, which gives me the achievement Crisis City for beating stage 2. Crisis City, yeah, like the Sonic stage! Pepsi for TV game. Pepsi for TV game! TV game guy! Stage 3 is where I struggled hard. Firstly, I got crushed in the first 8 seconds of Scene 1. Fun. But not only that, Scene 1 is just really annoying to play through. You have to deal with traffic coming from both behind you and in front of you. At best, hitting them will make you take damage. And at worst, hitting them can one-hit KO you. All of that happening to me numerous times throughout this playthrough. I did get a tiny break with the truck lock section since it's not too hard to avoid the locks, but the next section with the bikers is a pain. Those gosh darn bikers destroying the piece of the town. Ouch. Take everything I said about the traffic in the first section and amp it by like 100. There's 3 of these biker sections in total, and in the second one, the last danger sign will bait you into thinking it's another biker, only for it to be a goddamn car instead. I'm literally mashing up. Why are you kidding me, dude? I was this close to the end too, I just noticed that! And I died again! but I barely made it through the scene with only 1 second left on the timer, and by doing so grants us the achievement Zawarudo! Oh my god, I got the holy shit! So it's the fucking JoJo reference achievement. For the next scene, I didn't do too terribly. The only parts that were really annoying was the beginning section where I kept getting hit by bulls, and the cave section where I got knocked out by one of the carts and fell to my death. No, what? What? Surprisingly, though, I made it through the barrel part of my first try, which is really funny saying that because I remember that barrel giving me so much shit whenever I played this game. Totally not foreshadowing, by the way. I was dreading the chasing with the logs, because the obstacles can be really annoying to dodge compared to the first 2 stages. I'll talk more about that later, but just like in Scene 2, I made it through in my second try, thus giving me the achievement Born in the Carolinas for beating Stage 3.
Pepsi for pizza.
Pepsi for pizza, right on. Speak your truth.
Now entering Stage 4, the one where Pepsi City goes to shit. Yes, I did say Pepsi City. Alright, didn't explain the plot. So basically, Pepsiman has to give people Pepsi in various situations, such as a vending machine going down, a burning building, a plane crash aftermath, and to top it all off, having to restore the computers at Pepsi City before it plunges into chaos for the lack of Pepsi. So anyways, for Scene 1, I did surprisingly well. Despite the insane amount of obstacles here, given how it's the final stage, I only managed to get hit 3 times and died only once. Shocking given the hell that I went through with Stage 3's first scene. But that doesn't end here, because we had the dreaded 4-2. This will be an absolute nightmare for the later achievements, as you'll see later. But first, we have to beat it normally. And man, this stage is absolutely brutal and unforgiving, and not in a fun way. The first section has you running through conveyor belts while dodging crates pushing out of them, which can sometimes knock you to your death. The next section has you jumping and sliding through pipes, which is a little easier, but still requires precise movement. Then you have to dodge through some sonic platforms and crates, which aren't too tough to annoy, but can be really annoying to get hit. And if that's not enough, it ends with a skateboarding section, where you have to make really tight jumps and cross through gates that get more and more narrow each time. And worst of all, 1 hit equals instant death.
You fuck, what?
There was a skateboarding section back in Stage 1, but that one was way too easy compared to the one here. And at the very least, the one in Stage 1 is fun. This is just pure, unfiltered bullshit.
Just slide another skateboard on me, we'd be fucking good. That doesn't have to be 1-hit KOs!
I'll go over more on this when I get the new record and 100 can achievements for this, but just know that this section is the epitome of misery. Luckily, with this first playthrough, I made it through this abominable section in less than a minute and a half, and surprisingly didn't game over from that.
Not feeling confident here, fellas.
Yes! 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 Reverse psychology, let's go! Let's fucking go! Now we end off with the final chase scene, which was a hell of a lot easier. And just like with the previous 2 stages, I made it through my second try, which gives me the achievement Pepsi Wins for completing Stage 4 and finishing the game.
Yes, I did it! With no game overs too, that's a surprising part. There should be an achievement for that.
Now with all of the main story achievements done, as well as some extra ones on the side, I can finally try the completionist ones in free play mode. Except there's one problem. The menu navigation in Pepsiman really sucks. Instead of XP select and circle being to go back, it's the other way around for some reason. Because of this, I got a little silly and accidentally started a new game.
Oh, whoops. No, I didn't mean to do it. Fuck, I did not mean to do it.
And instead of getting a game over like what I should have done, I decided to restart the game, which made me realize one little thing. I forgot to save!
Well, guess I have to do another playthrough.
So now I had to do a full playthrough of the game again, just so I can unlock the free play mode and get the rest of the achievements. Luckily though, I did get some new achievements along the way. The first 2 I unlocked were in Stage 1-1, where I collected all 100 cans and got a new record.
Let's go! And I got a new record too, let's go! There we go, twice as much for a nickel, awesome.
And the next achievement I got was all the way in Stage 2-2, where I got another new record. And that's it. Other than those, I did much worse than I did on my first playthrough. I'm not gonna get into too much detail over it, but long story short, I made the same mistakes as well as making some new mistakes that I didn't do before, which made playing through it again very frustrating. It got so bad that I even got a game over on this playthrough, right as I was gonna finish 4-2. Don't worry though, I didn't forget to save this time. In fact, as I was getting the other achievements after this playthrough, I made absolutely sure that I saved at every given moment just so that shit wouldn't happen to me again. But yeah, right as I slumped to the finish line, I can actually make it to the completionist achievements. I decided to get the 100 cans achievements first because it seemed much easier to get than the new record achievements. I'm gonna be doing this with free play mode, which is both a blessing and a curse for this game. I'll elaborate more on the curse part later, but it's a blessing not only because you can select one level at a time instead of just having to go through the entire game again, but also because the game gives you 99 lives once you select the level. Meaning that if you miss a can, you can simply kill yourself and get a second chance at getting them all. And since I already got 100 cans in 1-1, I just have to worry about getting the cans for the rest of the scenes. And honestly, it wasn't too bad. The cans are spread in an even pattern, so getting them isn't too hard if you know where they are, and if you have the right speed and precision to get them. Sure, there's some that requires a speed jump to get them, but if you boost at the right time, you'll get all the cans needed, no problem. For the rest of Stage 1 and all of Stage 2, I was able to get all the cans on my first run, with some deaths to combat missed cans of course. The same can surprisingly be said about Stage 3-1, despite having to go through all the hell that the stage has to offer again in order to get the achievement. Things are going pretty smoothly, until I got to Stage 3-2 where I sadly missed 3 cans.
Wait, what? I missed some cans! What did I miss? Aw, come on, dude, really?
That is until my second run, where I noticed a flickering can hidden in one of the barrels before entering the cave. Luckily after that, I was able to get the missing cans and get the achievement for Stage 3-2 as well.
Yes! 100 cans! Let's go!
As for Stage 4, well, it's a bit complicated. With Scene 1, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I managed to get most of the Pepsi cans on my first try, but as soon as I reached the last checkpoint, I had way too little time remaining to even remotely come close to finishing it. Also, here's me doing my best Mephiles impression.
Drown in Pepsi!
And after way too many tries in that final checkpoint, I can finally finish this level. I missed a can. Wait, shit, I missed a can!
No! No! Are you serious?
Yeah, I wasn't too happy about that. Oh hey, I got on my second try.
That was actually perfect, holy shit.
So now we got 4-2. I've already mentioned how much I loathe this level, but it only gets worse with the next set of achievements. The first 2 segments weren't anything too terrible. Sure, I missed some cans a couple of times, but I managed to snag them on like my 3rd attempt. Though there is one sneaky little can hidden among the bigger cans in the crates section, so I'm glad I got that. And now the worst part of all, the skateboard section. I already mentioned the tight jumps, narrow paths, and one-hit deaths, but going for 100 cans here is a nightmare. Basically, what I realized with this section is that the cans can only be collected if Pepsiman's body is right on the can. If it's anywhere outside of that, even if it's on a makeshift skateboard, you miss the can and you might as well just KO yourself and try again. It is absolutely bullshit with how pinpoint accurate you have to be to collect each can. Especially with how fast you're going, which can lead you to easily miss 1 or more cans if you're not precise enough. This took me 11 minutes to complete, and goddamn, it felt way longer than that. And with my life counter going from 95 to 37, I finally got all the 100 can achievements for every level.
Yes! Let's go, baby! 100 cans! Every level, baby!
Now, before getting to the time trial achievements, I decided to be silly and accept the penniless Pepsiman achievement, where you had to be stages 1-1 and 1-2 without dying or collecting more than 50 cans between both scenes. And oh brother, this was way harder than I imagined.
I'm already done.
I completely forgot to consider that Pepsiman only has 3 health points. And since you have to go through both scenes without dying, getting hit is insanely nerve-wracking to say the least. Also, with Pepsi cans being spread all over the level, it was really hard to intentionally miss them, believe it or not. So with that absolutely pathetic attempt, I decided to save that for later. For now, I'll revisit the Pepsi and the Jones achievement that I tried to do on my first playthrough. As a reminder, not only you have to avoid taking damage, but you also have to not jump either, and try to actually do it with how the obstacles are laid out is a literal pain in the ass.
Oh, fuck off!
Sure, it's a set path, but you essentially have to have this scene memorized if you want to get this achievement. And it's only made worse as the obstacles move towards you, making them harder to avoid if you don't know the path. The worst ones to avoid here is the group of bikes near the halfway point, where you have to really squeeze through them in order to make progress. Needless to say, I got hit by those a lot.
No, fuck off. Every single time, that same segment of bicycles always damaged me.
The second worst obstacle here is this specific construction equipment somewhere near the end, because it kept instinctively moving in the wrong direction, causing me to get hit. All of this is only made worse with having to hear the same Pepsiman music track over and over again, as well as the obnoxious sounds of the giant Pepsi can tumbling over because of the bad sound mixing. So, I decided to put my own music track to keep myself sane.
There we go. Much better. Enjoy this world. Fuck. No, goddammit. Enjoy this world. Don't just kill me.
Eventually, I did manage to go through the worst obstacles I mentioned just fine, and reach the end of a scene. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Dude, how are you supposed to not get hit by that or jump?
Okay, so I didn't realize that there's an obstacle at the very end that takes up the whole running space that you have to dodge too. So that's cool. Very good game. I love this game. After 19 agonizing minutes, I finally got the Pepsi and the Jones achievement.
Oh yes! Oh yes! Let's go! Pepsi and the Jones! Da, 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 da.
Once that's done, I decide to move on to the new record achievements, because good lord, I don't want to do the other no jump, no damage achievements just yet. Luckily, with the new record achievements, I've already done it once for all of Stage 1, as well as 2-2, so all I have to worry about is 2-1, as well as all of Stages 3 and 4. At the end of every scene, you get a results screen that shows the number of cans you got, as well as your best time. In that screen, it shows the record time that can be beaten, which, given the game's difficulty, is a pretty tight time frame. And you have to do a near-perfect playthrough of the level in order to beat that record time. You can maybe die once or twice, but other than that, there's very little room for error, especially in the later levels. After completing the achievement for 2-1 on my first go, for some reason I decided to go for 2-2 despite already getting the achievement on my second full playthrough. I don't know why I did that, I probably just forgot.
Yeah, I didn't do it. That one death literally fucked me over. You cannot die once.
So after quote-unquote failing 2-2 again, I went to the options menu and remembered that, oh yeah, this game has unlockable skins. There's 3 skins in total, which you get for completing certain tasks. For beating the game normally, you get the classic Pepsiman skin, and for getting all 100 cans for each stage, you get the wireframe Pepsiman skin. I'll mention the last skin later when I actually unlock it, but I'm mentioning them now because there's 3 achievements tied to beating a single scene with each of the skins. Thankfully, since I have 2 out of the 3 skins already, I can knock out the first 2 achievements fairly easily. These achievements are Taste the One That's Forever Young for beating a scene with classic Pepsi Man, and Pepsi, a generation ahead, for beating a scene with the wireframe skin. And when I beat stage 2-2 with the wireframe one, I thought I didn't get the new record achievement and the game bugged out on me. But after checking the achievement list, I fully realized that I already got the achievement. Idiot.
I've already done it. I forgot. I completely forgot.
Moving on to stage 3, I was afraid I would do really badly with scene 1, because every time I play it, I would keep messing up and dying a lot. Oh, and I also forgot to change back to the original skin, whoops. But despite getting hit twice in the first 2 sections, as well as missing the checkpoint before getting to the biker section, I actually managed to get the achievement on my first try.
Dude, I did it first try! What? Holy shit! Redemption for the stupid stage, dude. Oh my god.
Sadly, I cannot say the same for scene 2, and whoops, I forgot to change my skin again. But yeah, I cannot say the same for scene 2, because as I'm getting close to the end, a boulder crushed me and ruined my entire run.
No! What? Oh, come on! I could have actually gotten a new record with that.
Don't you just love insta-kill obstacles? Luckily, I hopped back in and got the new record achievement on my second try.
Let's go. Why you dogging me? What the fuck's that name?
Not before laying out this sonic ass noise.
What? What?
Now I want to stage 4, which I'm definitely more afraid of than stage 3 for all the reasons I mentioned before. Luckily with scene 1, I was able to do it on my second try. It's now time to face 4-2 again. And this was hell. Despite mentioning before they can maybe die once or twice with the new record achievements, with stage 4-2 in particular, you can't die a single time. And with such a strict record to get, it's gonna be a nightmare to actually get with the amount of bullshit obstacles in your way. Now it's time for me to mention the curse of doing an all-in free play mode. Despite the game being generous and giving you 99 lives, it throws you a curveball and you can't restart the scene or exit to the menu in the pause screen. It just has big text that says pause and nothing else. Meaning that if you failed and want to try again, you still have to complete the stage no matter what, which is absolutely frustrating.
One must imagine getting the best score and best time in Pepsiman.
I would do it via the main game since that gives you less lives, but at the same time, I don't want to go through the trouble of replaying the entire game again just for this one single scene. So with all of that in mind, to say this was a massive struggle would be a huge understatement, especially since, again, the skateboarding section was such a pain in the fucking ass.
Every single time, that's the exact same thing! Do I have to like lean? Do I have to lean towards the fucking thing? I swear to God, dude. No! I'm gonna fucking cry, dude.
You think that after playing the game so many times now that I can easily bypass the skateboarding section, right? God, if only. I really hate how narrow each of these gates get, or how one hit equals instant death. Or the fact that the hitbox of Pepsiman on his skateboard is so huge that there's so little room for error, or how every time you die, you lose at least 20 seconds, which means that if you die there once, say goodbye to the new record achievement. Yeah, I fucking hate this one to say the least. So after 32 minutes on this one scene, I finally got all the new record achievements for this game.
Yes! 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 Oh my God, I'm in heaven. Fucking hell, I escaped.
With 26 out of the 40 achievements done, all I have left are the expert mode, deathless, and chasing achievements. But first I have to make sure my game is actually saved. Okay, thank God it is. The first set I'm gonna tackle is the expert mode achievements. It's essentially the same game, but with some major differences to make it harder. You have a much stricter time limit, and you only have 2 health points instead of 3. Now with that in mind, you'd imagine it'd be a pretty massive struggle. Well, I got the first 2 deathless achievements on the first 2 stages.
I'm a beast! I'm a beast! Oh shit! I did it without dying too! Holy shit! Oh my God! No shot! No shot! Let's see, expert mode and deathless! It's no use!
Shut the fuck up! Sadly, that luck didn't last long as I died pretty early into stage 3. But other than that, expert mode wasn't too bad. Maybe it's because I've sunk so much time into the game, but damn, expert mode felt like child's play. Especially when consider the achievements coming up next. But anywho, I made it through expert mode with all the achievements unlocked for them, and I've unlocked the last skin, Stealth Pepsiman. And with that unlocked, I was able to get the achievement, Take the Challenge, for beating a scene with that stealth skin that's now on stage 1. With only 7 achievements left, I was confident I could finish getting the rest fairly quickly. Little did I know that these next set of achievements would leave me in a state of pain and misery that I did not expect would be possible in a game as silly as goddamn Pepsiman. The first one I tried to do was revisit the Penniless Pepsiman achievement. As a reminder, you had to beat stages 1-1 and 1-2 without dying and collecting less than 50 cans between each stage. And within the first minute of scene 1, I already died. So that's fun, and what's even more fun is that I kept dying at stage 1-2 after that. Isn't achievement hunting great?
I swear to God!
After about 3 attempts with that, I gave up and went for the achievement, Why Does Pepsi Keep Trying to Murder Me? Working title. Yes, that's the actual name, for beating stage 4-3 without jumping or taking damage. And let me just say this right now, this is the easiest of the chasing achievements by a long shot. I mentioned with the Pepsi and Jones achievement that the obstacles in stage 1's chase scene move towards you in a set pattern. Well, in stage 4, the obstacles, which are all Pepsi cans, are thrown up behind you, so you have to move in the right direction to avoid them all. It's honestly not too bad here, since the cans move pretty slowly in the first half and only really speed up as they get closer to the end. That's way easier said than done though, because holy shit, I keep taking damage by the cans near the end, which keeps ruining a near perfect run. About 8 minutes later, I finally got the achievement.
Let's go! Why does Pepsi keep trying to burning me? Working title?
The pain doesn't end here, because the next one I tried to do was Red Pizza Sucks, where you have to beat stage 2-3 without jumping or taking damage. And remember everything I said about Pepsi and Jones, with all the annoying obstacles and memorizing the entire scene? Yeah, well this is that, but 10 times worse. Not only you have to consider that the path is a lot more narrow than it is in stage 1, but good god, the placement of these obstacles makes this achievement unbearable to attempt. The worst obstacles here being in this specific section before the halfway point. This set of obstacles covers up the entire damn path, and you have to make really sharp right and left turns in order to avoid them and make progress. Otherwise, you get hit and have to start over. It doesn't help as well that Pepsi Man moves so slowly when making each turn, so you have to really think ahead before making those sharp turns. I was boiling with rage, to put it very lightly.
Oh my god, dude, how? Literally how? Is it not enough that I have to not take damage? You also have me not to jump either? 2-3 without jumping or taking damage. Yeah, fuck you. I'm going to actually lose it. Holy crap.
On a completely unrelated note, do you remember the Mega Man 8 cutscenes? Specifically the one where Dr. Light says Dr. Wily instead of Dr. Wily?
We'll find Dr. Wily.
Well, funny enough, the voice actor for Dr. Light, Jack Evans, also voices every character in the debriefing cutscenes in Pepsi Man. The exhausted truck driver, the firefighter, the military guy, and the police officer.
And the word is that they're just about to riot. Can't you give them something to help revive them, Pepsi Man? But it looks like it's going to take some time. There isn't enough Pepsi for everyone.
And the funniest part, those are his only voice acting roles ever. He's never voice acted anything afterwards. So yeah, I just want to mention that. I kept trying this godforsaken challenge for 26 minutes. Constant trial and error and contemplating whether doing this challenge was a good idea or not, but no matter. I made it to the very end of the stage, and I can finally get the achievement, and oh for God's sakes, I got hit before the end! Yeah, I just gave up and retried Penniless Pepsi Man. I died in scene 2.
Seriously, dude!
I did do a successful no-death run on the next attempt though, but there's one issue with that. I collected exactly 15 cans there, but the achievement calls for getting less than 15 cans. I know it's made clear that I had to get less than that, but honestly I still feel very cheated there. Anyways, on the next attempt, I did what I surprisingly didn't do before the other achievements until now, restart the game after failing. I don't know how I was able to do the other ones without resetting, but hey, I already made this far, so I don't even care anymore.
I can't believe I'm doing that. I actually didn't think I had to reset before. That is actually crazy.
What's that? I failed again? Time to restart! Oh, failed again! Restart!
That's my strategy now. Just reset every time I fail this stupid achievement!
And finally, after 20 minutes, I got a strategy down. So here's how it's done. For scene 1, it's fairly easy to avoid the cans. The main thing you have to do is to not go too fast. The timer is very lenient here, and trying to speed up will only cause panic. The really tricky part here is when you get to the houses, because the can path there is literally the only safe way to go there normally. So the best you can do is quickly sprint and slide in order to avoid taking damage and avoid collecting the cans. As for the trash can section, make some quick turns to avoid the cans, and don't feel too bad if you collect the cans near the construction vehicle. There's just no way around that. Make sure to immediately make a right when you get to the second house section and try to do the same sprint slide thing. Although for me, I got hit here, but that's fine. Afterwards, just beat the scene like normal and you should be good for the next one. Scene 2 is definitely trickier. First, make sure to slide under the truck as quickly as possible. As for this specific jump with the Pepsi can, make a sharp long jump to the right to avoid the can and the pit. Dodging the jackhammer guys can be really tricky, so I say just do little light hops around them and you should be fine. Again, don't feel too bad for collecting the cans under that construction vehicle. I learned that the hard way. Do the same sprint to slide thing when you enter the house, though this time, immediately shift to the right once you hit the first wall. Then once you enter the skateboard section, jump twice to avoid the Pepsi cans on your path. One long jump and one short jump. Once the first trolley passes through, stay to the left and avoid the obstacles, which consists of a blue car speeding by, which you can jump over, and a yellow car, which you can just move to the right. Then quickly avoid the lady on the road, just as the second trolley is about to move by. As the Pepsi truck moves back to block your way, jump on the next yellow car, then make one jump to the right to avoid the other Pepsi truck in your way, and one jump to the right to avoid the yellow car and the third trolley. After the skateboarding section, finish the scene as normal, and the penniless Pepsi Man achievement is finally yours.
I've never felt so locked into my life. Holy shit, finally. Penniless Pepsi Man has been achieved.
But I'm not done yet! While checking through the achievements list, I noticed one of the achievements requires you to beat all the chase scenes in a row without dying. I was really confused in that one, because originally, I thought it had to be done in the game's story mode. But not before I figured out that I can just do it on free play by selecting scene 3 in whatever order you want. And all you have to do is complete all these scenes in a row without dying. Speaking of not dying, I tried to do stage 3 deathless before this, and died on the barrel section of scene 2. Anyways, onto the chase scene deathless achievement. Alright, sounds simple enough. I died at the very last part of stage 4. Are you fucking kidding me right now?
No! No! What?
No worries though, I made it through on my second try.
Yes! Let's go!
That wasn't too bad actually. Now on to the last 4 achievements, which are the deathless ones for stages 3 and 4, and the chase scene ones for stages 2 and 3. I felt absolutely stumped. I have no clue which one to go first or what strategy to go, and I still haven't tried the 3-3 or stage 4 deathless yet. But my gut instinct says that I should try stage 2-3 again and see what happens there. Yeah, long story short, I still made no progress there. Almost 30 minutes of nothing but failing, and failing. I feel like I'm gonna go Angry Joelemz with how much I'm fucking epic failing this shit.
Epic fail!
I guess it wasn't as bad as the last time I tried to do it, because at least I have friends in chat keeping me sane, so shout out to them. And this is the moment where I fully realized something. Retro achievement sets can be insanely cruel. Like, I cannot stress this enough. No jumping and without taking damage? That's double duty for trying to get perfect here. And this is not the only game that has this pinpoint perfect, you gotta have the patience of a saint type achievements. How about Sonic 2, where you have to beat the entire game without the spin dash? You know, a main staple of the game? Or also in Sonic 2, where you have to beat the entire game without dying. Once! What's that? You died in Metropolis Zone? Well, start over from the beginning, you fucking idiot! Or Mario Sunshine, where you have to beat Piantissimo and Noki Bay without touching the water. You know, where the whole stage is mostly water? And it's not the first Piantissimo achievement where you have to beat him in a race without touching something that's, you know, most of the ground in the race. Or get this, in Kirby Squeak Squad, there's a set of achievements that's just straight up riddles. Cause that's what I want my achievement sets for retro video games, right? Fucking riddles! What am I, in an episode of Jeopardy or something?
Losers, in other words.
A little bit of an update. They actually removed the riddle achievements from that Kirby Squeak Shot set, so that's really funny.
I'm not saying this is a jab against the retro achievement sets. Okay, maybe it kinda is. But what I'm saying is that, holy shit! Sometimes you gotta take a step back when it comes to making achievements. Not every one of them has to be about handicapping the player or this ultra-specific task that only a perfectionist can do. All of that, I'll get into later.
I feel like people who make retro achievements are spiteful, sadistic players who want them to make the world a little bit worse. They're like the people who designed the Kaizo Mario Maker levels, and they're like, this is easy. Why did people play Kaizo? Yeah, literally, dude.
I gave up on 2-3 again, and decided to try out 3-3's achievement again, which is yet another JoJo reference. Shut the fuck up! For this one, you have to be at 1 HP before reaching the first bar and not die.
And we're gonna be here a while.
Holy shit! I've only tried this one for 5 minutes, and I knew this is gonna take me forever with how perfect it had to be. Like with Stage 4's chase level, the obstacles in Stage 3 come behind you instead of towards you, meaning you have to telegraphically dodge each one, otherwise you get hit. Each time you get hit, you get pushed back, which makes the obstacles much harder to avoid. And since you have 3 health points as usual, it's pretty painful on the first go. So imagine trying to do that with just 1 HP. Yeah, it's not fun. Anyways, let's move on to Stage 3 Deathless again. I died in the same area! Great! Let me try Stage 4 without dying. Yeah, that sounds like a fun idea. So I did try Stage 4. Scene 1 made it through just fine. But predictably, I died in the skateboarding section of Scene 2. Joy! By this point, I'm at the brink of insanity. I feel like Voss from Far Cry 3 with how insane I was going. No matter how hard I tried to do with each of the last 4 achievements, it just felt impossible for me. So I linked back to Stage 2-3 to try that stupid no jump, no damage run again, and put on the AVG on Pepsiman video to keep me sane.
Pedestrians, pogo jackhammer, fucks, chuds, and this garbage man.
Chuds? You said chuds? And finally, I actually got a winning run. I wish I could fully explain the strategy for this, but all I can say is, stay in the middle and make some quick movements when needed, especially in the halfway point and near the end of the scene. But finally, the Red Pizza Sucks achievement was finally obtained. Yes! Yes! Red Pizza Sucks! Let's go! 3 achievements left. We're at the home stretch now, and it's a massively long stretch to say the least. On the next 3-3 achievement attempt, I spent nearly 43 minutes of trying before giving up again. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do Stage 3 Deathless once again. Holy shit, I am so tired. Achievement hunting for this game has become so unfun for me at this point. I know I said it was nothing but misery with 4-2's achievements, but I'd rather do those a million times over again. I am dead serious. Dead fucking serious. Like, by that point, I 100% the base game. I collected all the Pepsi cans, I beat all the record times, I played in the hardcore mode, unlocked all the skins. What more do these achievements want from me? So, I decided to save 3-3 for very last as I try to do stages 3 and 4 deathless. Needless to say, I'm gonna need to play the best Pepsi Man in my life. Yes! No! 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 Yes! 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 Finally, I got all the Deathless achievements. Now for the very last achievement. I've made it this far now. I can't give up. Sure, it was like midnight when I attempted this. And yeah, my eyes did start to hurt as I attempted this godforsaken achievement. Yeah, I guess you gotta risk your physical health for this shit too. But no matter. I may be stubborn, but at least I'm determined. Death after death, reset after reset, and actually getting a game over on free play mode should all stop me from trying to get this achievement. I can't give up just now. I've made it so far throughout all these trials and tribulations. Sure, it may not take as long as other games here, and trust me, that's saying a hell of a lot considering the amount of achievements some of the retro games on this website has. But I've dedicated myself to this game for so long, dedicated it to a level I never thought was possible when I did my review in 2019. But in 2024, I rise to the challenge to master this game! Yes! Let's go! Pepsiman! In 9 hours, it's less than 10 hours. Holy shit, dude. We fucking did it, chat. We fucking did it. After an egregious 9 hours and 24 minutes, it's finally done. Now, 9 hours doesn't sound like a lot to get all the achievements, but given how an average Pepsiman playthrough is like 30 minutes to an hour max, those 9 hours felt like 9 days. Nevertheless, all the stages are beaten, both normal and expert. All 100 cans for each stage has been collected. I played one scene with each skin available, got a new record for every stage, did all the bullshit challenges for the chase scenes, and got a good night's sleep after that. Because I stayed up till 2 AM to finish this shit. It was fun, but frustrating. It was tiresome, but rewarding. But in the end, I finally did it. Special thanks to everyone who was in chat while I streamed this game, and also to Mr. Cheevo for the standalone video on the 3-3 achievement. I couldn't have done it without that video. And shoutouts to Joelemz and Platipete for inspiring me to do this video content in the first place. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna try a nice cold can of glass of water. Anyways, bye!